caught you watching the boob tube instead of doing your homework, didn't I? Well, as long as you're here, let's take a look at Lieutenant Dirk Niblick and see what that mathematical wizard is up to in today's episode. There's a Long Brie Trail A-Binding.
Well, if it isn't Lieutenant Dirk Niblick.
Well, if it isn't Lieutenant Dirk Niblick, I'm balancing somebody else's checkbook.
Oh, I usually balance mine using a quill and ledger, but to each his own.
How is my favorite neighbor, Mr. Beasley?
Am I really your favorite neighbor?
Yes, there's a vacant lot on the other side.
Well, I've come with a message, Lieutenant Niblick.
Well, what, pray tell, is that?
Your telephone is ringing.
I'll go pick up the receiver.
Good. That'll undoubtedly stop the ringing that's been annoying the bejabbers out of me for, these many minutes.
Another call on the math phone. It could be almost anyone. After all, this is a cartoon.
Hello, Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade. That's strange, a hang-up.
And as Dirk continued to be hung up on his hang-up in another part of the place where we live, this scene was unraveling.
All right, you lily-livered, lip lasso-lugging linchpin, up with your hands. Now, throw down that strong box and be quick about it. I ain't got all day. I want to get home and watch Square One TV.
I love that show.
I never miss it.
Don't you think Reggie is adorable?
I love the music videos.
Give me the money. That's more like it.
Well, if that isn't about the dirtiest, low-downest thing these tired old eyes have ever heard. A stagecoach robbery.
Again? You got robbed again? How much did you lose this time?
All of it.
I meant, Jerome, how much money did he take?
Another $1 million.
Gee, that's $6 million he's stolen this week.
No, $5,001,000. The first time I got robbed, I was only carrying $1,000.
I need help, and I know where to get it. I'm gonna call...
Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade, speaking with a mouthful, even though he knows better.
Lieutenant Niblick, this is Fat Garrett.
The famous Western lawman who shot William Bonney, alias Billy the Kid, and made the West a safer place to live?
No, that was Pat Garrett. I'm Louise Fat Garrett, the famous Western law person who changed zoning laws to allow fast food restaurants to obscure the natural beauty and made the West a safer place to eat.
Yes, what can I do for you, Louise?
I need your help, Lieutenant.
And as the Western law person whined her story to the vaunted mathematician, Dirk, friend to all, even those who don't send thank you notes, agreed to put on a three-piece cowboy suit and go vest young man.
Howdy, I'm Louise Fat Garrett.
I'm Dirk Niblick, Louise.
Why are you carrying that animal?
He threw a shoe.
You buy him?
Nope, rented him.
Hurts.
Well, that's what he claims, so I've been letting him ride me since St. Louis, Louise. Now, you said a goodly amount of money has been stolen from stagecoaches recently.
$5,001,000 to be exact.
$6,001,000 to be totally up to date.
Yeah, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't say anything to Mr. Manhattan. He's beginning to get peevish.
What's this? Another robbery?
Who are you, if I may make so bold?
Simon P. Manhattan, a banker who is so wealthy and carefree, I still loan money in South America. But I'm going broke. Every time I ship money to my branch offices, the stage gets robbed.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm pretty doggone embarrassed about this whole thing, Mr. Manhattan.
It doesn't. What's wrong with you, Niblick? Are you in your second childhood?
No, I'm just going through a stage.
He's looking for clues. Find anything, Lieutenant?
Zilch.
Zilch?
Zilch. It's a tasteless vegetable that has no nutritional value.
I've found nothing. How does your money shipping business work, Mr. Manhattan?
Very poorly.
Well, how is it supposed to work?
I take my money to the stage office in the town of Cahoots, New Mexico.
So you were in cahoots?
So to speak. I hand the manager the package of money and he puts it in the strong box. The shipments have been going through unmolested until recently.
I see. Perhaps I should ride on the stage next time you make a shipment.
By all means.
Meanwhile, in Cahoots, New Mexico, that's precisely what Dirk did. he became an assistant deputy sheriff at a swearing-at ceremony.
I wanted that job, you lousy jobbernoll.
How's come that lop-eared meatball got the job?
He's a gutless wonder.
We know what a bad actor for a lawman.
That'd make him an Omar Sherry.
I meant swearing-in ceremony.
And I accept the job as assistant deputy sheriff, even though it's a chancy job, and it makes a man lonely.
Here's the money, Lieutenant Niblick.
You say there's $1 million in this package.
You bet.
How do you know? Did you count it?
No, but I counted the $1,000 shipment.
Uh-huh.
This is $1,001 bills, and this is $1,001 bills.
Oh?
Sure. 1,000 is written like this. 1 million is written like this. See? 1 million has 3 more zeros, so the package needs to be 3 times bigger.
Ingenious.
Mr. Simon taught me that.
Mr. Simon, eh? Thank you, Dwight. You've been most enlightening.
I have? Oh, boy, something else to put on my resume.
All right, Niblick, let's get this show on the road. Put the money on the stage.
You mean this $1 million in $1 bills, Mr. Manhattan?
That's right.
No, Mr. Manhattan. That's wrong.
Wrong, eh? Dirk thinks he has found something wrong. But do you see it? Do you think you know what Dirk's thinking when he thinks he's thinking? Think about it, and we'll be back in a jiffy. A jiffy and a half at the most.
Square One TV presents You Call the Angle. Here's skateboarder Sean Miller testing the theory that what goes up must come down. Sean might defy gravity, but he has yet to defy geometry. In each of these airborne maneuvers, Sean's skateboard describes an angle. There are half turns called 180s, full turns called 360s, or turns and a half, which are 540s. Is this turn a 180, a 360, or a 540? You call the angle. Now, here's a clue. Amazingly, Sean did a 540. There are 360 degrees in a full turn and 540 degrees in a turn and a half.
You call the angle.
All right, so it was 2 jiffies. At least we came back. And that's more than the 1968 Chicago Cubs can say. Dirk thinks he has a solution. I must admit, I don't know what it is. But then that's why I have to do voiceovers for a living.
If you won't ride the stage, Niblick, I'll get someone who will. I want my $1 million protected.
I don't think your $1 million needs protecting.
What is that supposed to mean, I ask archly?
What it means is there is not $1 million in this box. It is not large enough to hold 1 million $1 bills.
What's going on here, hombres?
Sheriff Garrett, just the law person I was looking for. I think Simon P. Manhattan is perpetrating an illegal scheme.
Is that bad?
Well, this package holds $1,000. This one, Mr. Manhattan claims, holds $1 million.
Why, it's 3 times longer, so I guess it does.
3 times longer means it has 3 times the volume. So it could hold only $3,000 in $1 bills.
Let's check it out. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Not 1 million.
What have you got to say for yourself, Simon P. Manhattan?
You have a funny nose.
To hold 1 million $1 bills, a container would have to be 1,000 times larger than this one, not 3 times larger. Why, it would have to be about the size of that steamer trunk over there.
That's no steamer trunk. That's my mister.
Oh, yes. Not only that, but this package of $1,000 bills weighs about 2 pounds.
Well, that means 1 million would weigh 1,000 times more.
Right. Nearly 2,000 pounds. That's about 1 ton. No man is strong enough to lift that much.
I once bench pressed a judge.
I think you've been stealing money from yourself, Manhattan.
But how could he do that?
I'll tell. It's a nifty little scheme. See, I would put the money on the stage in cahoots.
But it wouldn't be 1 million, only 3,000.
Right. And then he would dress up like an outlaw.
You mean he would don a mask?
Not always. Sometimes I would blindfold a mafia guy.
So you would mask a don.
And then hold up the stagecoach and take the money.
Yes, and collect the insurance on what he told the stage company was $1 million, not 3,000.
Boy, what a crook. Ever consider becoming an NFL referee?
You have to remember to think and anticipate. Don't take things for granted just because some windbag tells you it's so. Use your noodle. Puzzle it out.
Would you take me to jail, Sheriff? I can't stand pontificating.
Most gladly.
So, Lieutenant Dirk Niblick has solved another absorbing mystery with mathematics, daring do, and good old common sense. And he was just recounting the exciting tale to his neighbor.
Quite a scheme, wasn't it, Mr. Beasley?
Yes, but there's just one thing that remains a puzzle to me.
What's that, valued neighbor of mine?
Who do you suppose hung up the phone on you at the beginning of the episode?
And as our hero pondered that telephonic rejection standing in the wet grass, we bid him a damp adieu with thanks on our lips, a smile in our hearts, and gum on our shoes. Until next time, when common sense and mathematics will once again make this a smarter place to be.
This is Aunt Ann Julie Brown. A word of advice for you. Mathematics. It's a mental tool. Use your head. It's super cool.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Tuesday, 9:05 a.m., and New York City was sweltering in a summer heat wave. It was so hot the roads were melting, and you could fry an egg on the sidewalk. New Yorkers were trying everything to keep cool, including staring at fat people's stomachs because they heard a watched pot never boils. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is Joe Greco. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. The week had gotten off to a slow start, something I like in weeks. We had time to be human and time to discuss a baseball phenom on a hot streak, Roy Lefty Cobbs. Then we got a surprise visit from a young girl we had never met. Her name was...
Babs Bangle?
Uh-huh.
She had sent us a note and asked us to help a friend of hers, a friend whom she thought might be in trouble. We asked her why, and she said...
Because his number sequencing doesn't make any sense anymore. His number sequencing. See, normally I can figure them out, but lately he's been all over the map.
We asked her to explain.
My friend and I play this game. One of us starts a number sequence.
A number sequence? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10?
Uh-huh, that's right. Only we might do it like, may I? 1, 3, 7, 15.
I don't get it.
He writes his number. Let's say 1, 3, 7, 15 on the outside of a sealed envelope. Inside the envelope are his next 4 numbers. Now I have to try and guess which rule he's using and what those numbers are.
I get it. So the next 4 numbers might be 31, 63, 127,
255.
Exactly.
With the help of a man who had been painting our offices, we finally understood the game, but not Bab's problem.
The problem is, for the past month or so, my opponent has flipped out.
flipped out.
Yes. Can't make any sense out of this pattern.
Well, like George said, a number sequence can go anywhere. The choices are infinite.
True, but we do have a couple of ground rules.
Such as?
Well, such as the numbers must get bigger, so no number can be repeated.
Bab showed us the latest sequence she had received, and we pondered it.
11, 9, 4, 14. It breaks the ground rules again.
The numbers get larger and smaller.
And he repeated numbers.
We thought her friend might be in some, well, stressful situation. And he was. He was a baseball player.
What's his name?
Roy Lefty Cobbs.
Crime was taking a vacation in New York, and George and I were freed up to help a young girl, Babs Bengal, try to straighten out a relationship with a red-hot baseball player, Roy Lefty Cobbs. Babs invited us to watch the team work out, and we took her up on it. It was a pleasant way to while away the hours.
Pat, look. Babs. What's she doing?
Hi, Mathnetters. Thanks for coming.
Babs, you didn't tell us you were on the team.
I'm not exactly on it. I'm the ball girl.
You're the one down the line that picks up foul balls and such?
That's right, Mr. Franklin.
Boy, what a job. Wish I could have been a ball girl when I was a little boy.
How long have you done this?
3 years. See, I have sort of an in. My grandfather's the manager of the team.
Casey Bengal is your grandfather?
Uh-huh. There he is.
All right. Casey Bengal is one of the real characters in the game, Pat.
His name sounds vaguely familiar.
He is that, all right.
What?
Vague. But he's been that way for as long as I can remember.
He has sort of a stream of consciousness approach to life, Pat.
Would you like to meet him?
Love to. Go, boys! Look alive out there. Oh, good hand. Good feet. Very nice shoulder you got there as well. Come on, boys. Come on, you look like a fat old lady there. Although those stripes are very slimming.
Hey, Graham! Graham, come meet my Mathnetter friends. It's George Franklin and Pat Tuesday.
Nice to meet you all around, and welcome to the home field where we play at.
It's a great honor to meet you, sir.
And congratulations on your successful season.
Well, thanks for saying that to me, because it's wonderful so far, unless something goes wrong, which it always can, which is what makes our national pastime what it is. Baseball. Only I hope it doesn't.
Is Lefty Cobbs practicing today?
Home?
Oh, number 13, Graham. He calls all the players by their numbers.
Yes, number 13 should be out any time now, unless he's later than that.
Number 13 is sure on a hot streak, isn't he, Casey?
Oh, yes. Of course, hot streaks have a way of cooling down, you know, averaging out over the long haul. Nobody can keep doing what 13 is doing for a whole lifetime.
That's true. I'll bet if he averaged the season, he won't be hitting .718, but he's still having a heck of a year.
We just hope he stays hot so we can clinch the flag.
Yes, or win the pennant and go to the minor league World Series.
I heard a rumor that if you win the pennant, you might get a chance to manage in the big leagues next year.
Well, that's what they tell me. And what I tell them is I would love that chance. And I would give almost anything but my shoes for it. But not my shoes because of the harsh winters where I live off-season.
Oh, there's Lefty.
I'm talking power, I'm talking ballistics. You got to think about muzzle velocity here.
Who's that fellow with him? The guy on the phone.
That jerky agent and trainer, Dr. Frank N. Steenbrenner.
You say he's jerky?
I'll say. He's with Lefty all the time. Hardly lets me speak to him.
But he trains 13 real good. And he puts ointments on him, and he gives him special exercises and ices down his elbows in between innings. And in general, I would say, has been good for him somehow, even though what is good for the pitcher is not always good for the gander or for the first baseman.
How long has Lefty been with him, Babs?
He's the doctor Lefty went to when he had the flu, and they've been together ever since. Watch this. Hi, Lefty.
Tell you something about power.
Did you do a number sequence for me today?
Hi there. Isn't it a great day for a ball game? Let's play at Twin Bill. I'm talking about...
Listen, little girl, I told you to keep away from Lefty. He's got to think about the game.
The game?
The game. Now beat it. Come on.
Better get with it, Lefty. Your number sequence is 2 sunflower seeds. See what I mean?
I'd like to see him work out. Sure thing. 13. Take a few swings in the cage.
It's a weird-looking pitcher.
It's an automatic pitching machine, Pat. Sort of like a robot. Pat, did you see that?
Uh-huh.
And he did it with one hand. Yeah, 13 has just started in with that new batting stance, and also he's a switch hitter now.
You mean he hits with a switch, not a bat?
A switch hitter is one who can bat from either side of the plate. He switches over depending on the other team's pitcher.
Oh.
It's the most incredible hitting I've ever seen. It took him a long time to come to this, but then Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was Kalamazoo, Michigan, although it looks like it. And I'm not the first to say that neither, because when Baby Ruth first come up to the bigs, a lot of folks used to say, it's just for a cup of coffee. But he showed everyone to be wrong, because he was here for the whole enchilada with beef and extra salsa. And anyone who don't know that don't know beans. They don't know nothing, and probably they're un-American, because he hit 714 home runs in his entire career of life. He had very tiny feet, too.
That's enough, sweetheart. Don't leave it in the dressing room. Get out of there. What do you think of that, talent scout? I'd say the boy pitch. Okay, big guy, let's show him your stuff.
Who are those men in the stands?
Major League Scouts. They're looking Lefty over for next year, I guess.
You know, Casey, I used to be able to give that ball a ride when I was a youth. If you want to step in against old 13, it's okay with me. Just grab a stick of lumber and swing away. He's got a good stance, he has. Reminds me of number 5, fellow I used to coach. But not too much, because it bothered him when I stopped. Except for his pants. Number 5 didn't wear pants. I mean, like this fella does. They weren't pressed. Of course, it only takes one swing. Unless there are too many people on the porch for one swing. Oh, I guess some folks could sit on the stoop and take turns on the swing, but that don't get the job done. And a job worth doing is a job worth doing well to get paid for. He pitches underhanded, like in softball.
That's been his new motion for the past 6 weeks.
And why do they call him lefty when he pitches right-handed?
His mother was dyslexic. You're gonna hit, you're gonna talk.
Okay, lefty. Let's see what you got in the old apple. I didn't even see the ball. Throw it again.
Hold the bat out, and he'll hit it for you.
That's the most outstanding pitching I've ever seen.
Or ever not seen.
How fast does he throw that ball, Casey? Well, a lot faster than he used to, I can tell you that, and I have.
What's that? A radar gun. It uses radio waves to calculate the speed of the baseball.
That's the same kind of gun police use to track speeders on the highway.
Try it.
must be something wrong with this gun.
Why? 134 miles per hour. So?
So nobody has ever pitched a ball 134 miles per hour.
And that's his changeup.
Do it again.
.143 miles per hour. In the major leagues, the fastest anyone can throw is maybe 105. And that's only once in a while.
We've had the gun checked, Mr. Franklin. It's accurate.
That's enough, meat. No sense letting him see any more for free. Into the locker room and I'll ice you down.
Isn't it a great day for baseball?
That's the most amazing performance I have ever seen.
Thank you for letting us watch the workout, Casey.
Sure thing. Anytime at all. Except, of course, when I'm getting gasoline for my tractor or eating in a fancy Italian restaurant, which ain't easy to find or sleeping.
Want to see the locker room?
Sure thing.
Hey, Coach.
Can you beat that?
What?
Is that left his locker?
Yes, and he didn't even leave me a number sequence today.
He leaves it in his locker?
Tapes the envelope to it, and I tape my answer up the next day. Nothing. Hey! Something very strange is going on around here.